Many limited company directors don't even know how their bounce back loan impacts on their mortgage. It was cheap finance at a scary time, but now the monthly payments have kicked in. But by not fully understanding how your bounce back loan can impact on your mortgage affordability, how do you know which property you can afford to buy? Hi, I'm Jenny from Your Mortgage Hub, and I'm here to help those starting out or starting over with their mortgage application by showing you what you should and shouldn't be doing when it comes to applying for a mortgage. So I had a client who came to me who had been direct to their bank, but their bank sort of reduced how much they were willing to lend. They were willing to lend, but they weren't willing to lend the level that we wanted. My client couldn't really understand why that was. So after discussing it with me, we found out that this lender was removing any bounce back loans commitment from the net profit. So they was going to annualise how much that was, remove it from the net profit. And that was the figure that they were going to use for affordability. Now, unfortunately, that actually reduced it down quite significantly. And my client was really frustrated because they knew they could afford the mortgage payments and they knew they could afford the bounce back loans. But this lender had just taken that decision that that's how they was going to view all bounce back loans. So after coming to me, was able to source a lender that wasn't going to take the commitment of the bounce back loan in account, and it wasn't going to go against the net profit and the salary. And we was able to submit the application and it went through really smoothly. The thing to remember with using share of your net profit, that's the super tax efficient way to be able to get your mortgage, because why take the money out of your account when you don't need to and pay tax on it? So we just found that this lender had just reduced that down just that little bit too much and made it unaffordable. So if you're looking to get a mortgage and you've got bounce back loans in the background with your company, there's 3 things you should be considering. Number 1, some lenders are going to deduct your monthly commitment from your net profit of your business. So if you're looking to use your salary and your net profit, it could reduce your borrowing power. They may even add the commitment back in again for you. So again, that's going to reduce that borrowing power for you. Number 2, other lenders are going to totally ignore the fact that you've got a bounce back loan, but what they're looking to use is salary and dividends. And that's because they're looking at your personal tax rather than your accounts that a lender that say you're using salary and share of net profit are using. So they're going to ignore that, and you may be able to get that slightly higher amount. However, remember, when we're using salary and dividends, you're probably being tax efficient and only paying yourself what you need and what not you can fully afford. Number 3, if you've got a bounce back loan, a lender's going to want to see your bank statements. Now, they can ask anywhere between 1 to 6 months, really. And what they're looking for is that your level of trading is back up to the standard, say pre-COVID or even more. So the 3 things to consider if you're looking at getting a mortgage and you've got a bounce back loan in your limited company. The first thing is some lenders going to deduct that off your net profit, which is going to reduce your borrowing power, or again, they're going to add it back in as a monthly commitment. Number 2, some lenders are going to totally ignore that you've got a bounce back loan, but these lenders are going to be looking at your salary and your dividends. And number 3, they're going to want to see your bank statements. They want to see that your level of trading is back up to where it should be pre-COVID. If you want to know how your mortgage application has been impacted by your bounce back loan, just drop me a comment below. And if you want more hints and tips on what you should and shouldn't be doing when it comes to applying for a mortgage, just check out my page.